Hello, Sandman Nation. I'm at the beach this week, which means I've had plenty of toes in the sand and lots of beer in hand. Been a great week so far, but it's about to get even better because it is time to enter Sandman Sports. With me, as always, is the one and only Pat Klett. And as I like to often say, he's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks. And if you joined us last week, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then there's a man who needs no introduction. We simply call him the Sandman. This guy is so good, so polished, so incredible. He doesn't need to prep. He doesn't need to script. He doesn't need to rehearse. All he needs is a mic, some headphones, and 6 shots of tequila, and he is good to go. And we are good to go too, guys. So let's get into it. But first, let's tell everyone where they can find us. You can find us everywhere, simply everywhere. You know what shouldn't be found anywhere, guys? Men wearing Speedos. Please, for the love of God, make it stop. I have seen too many this week already. Now, our website would look great in a Speedo, though, because it looks great no matter what. And guys, guess what? Massively huge news. So, Sandman Sports as an official company is almost 1 year old as our LLC took effect last August. In that time, we have been trying our hardest to secure the website domain name for sandmansports.com. In the interim, we have used enter sandmansports.com since that is the name of our podcast, but we've always wanted to change it to our official name so there's no confusion. Well, guess what? We finally made it happen last week, and SandmanSports.com is officially ours now. So, exciting news. Craig Phelan, our partner and IT guru, has been working his ass off to do all the integrations, and we're still working on the email addresses. But the new website domain is up and running, so feel free to use SandmanSports.com, bookmark it, and visit frequently. And if you still mistakenly put enter SandmanSports.com, no worries, it will automatically redirect you. And you're definitely going to want to visit our site a lot because we have nonstop coverage on all the sports you want, including a barrage of NFL, college football stuff as we get closer to the season and kickoff. We also just published our very first article on USC. And if you're anything like me, you'll want to check it out because I don't know much about it. It's a great beginner's guide on how to bet that sport. Really good stuff by one of our writers, Dylan Archibald. So thank you, Dylan, for writing that. And we just published another one that previews the big fights this Saturday. So good betting advice with that. So check that out too. Of course, we also have plenty of continued coverage on the NBA, Major League Baseball, college basketball, Beerman Six Packs, Sandman's Golf Crush and Fade Sneeze podcast, and our popular Fringe series is back this week with a very interesting take on something called the Mandela effect. And I'll just let you guys read it. It's pretty cool. It gets into some things about sports that most people think are true, but they're not. They are misconceptions. So pretty interesting stuff. And if you have an iPhone, don't forget to download our awesome app. We're still working on the Android version, but the iPhone app is there under Sandman Sports. Okay, guys. So as I mentioned this week, I'm coming at you live from the Outer Banks, North Carolina, where we vacation every summer. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year and one of my favorite places on this earth. So it got me thinking about a couple things for opener. First one I'll start with is this. So I love it here. I could totally see myself retiring in a place like this. I know a lot of people like Florida, and honestly, I could see us still ending up there. And I know others like South Carolina, even Arizona, a lot of people go to. It gets a little chilly here in the off season. I get that, but I just love this setting. It's quiet, it's coastal, it's low key, and I could totally see me spending some of my retirement time down here. I will say I probably won't retire anywhere full time. I'd love to keep my place in Ohio for at least 6 months a year and just have another place a little bit warmer. And the good news is I think, well, maybe it's not good news, but we're all about 10, 15 years probably away from having to make those decisions, but never too early to start dreaming. So here's my first question. Where do you guys see yourself retiring? Any dream locations, any big plans, any early thoughts on what your retirement years might look like? So now I also before we get into that, I do have to say, Pat, love the Green Bay Packers gear. He is Pat is paying off his debt. We're gonna allow this as your bet.
Jordan
Swear
Love's my
proudly.
favorite player.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, wow,
yeah,
Wow.
that's
I
Wow.
love it.
strong.
I think if I were to retire, I would go to Lambeau. I'd live in one of the small houses outside of Lambeau.
That's your vacation spot
Yeah,
amongst the cheeseheads.
I don't
Yeah,
even think I'll make it there. I mean, it's a couple more years. I don't think I'll make it even more than a couple more years at this rate. So, but I think my wife wants to go somewhere other than Minnesota. We've been living in Minnesota, but I'm a homebody and I love Minnesota. But I think we could go somewhere like the Carolinas. I think she likes the Carolinas, and I don't like the sun, so I would prefer to live under a rock. The problem with retirement is that, some of us bust our ass for years and years and then finally get to retire when our bodies are failing. It just seems like a messed up system. I've heard people over the years complain about how they don't know what to do with themselves all day. I would have no trouble doing nothing all day. You could just plop me anywhere, read a book, whatever.
exactly.
Perhaps on a golf course somewhere, but anywhere with my wife, we'll have fun. We'll go somewhere and make the most of it. Probably it really will likely depend on where our kids are. Wherever our kids are set up, we'll probably try to find somewhere somewhat close. But I could see maybe the Carolinas or Colorado or something like that. But I don't mind the winters either. So it doesn't necessarily
But
have to
I
be a
mean,
beach
you're
for
from
me.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
so that kind of goes without
Yeah,
saying. I think
Kind
it's
of
in your
makes sense.
be
DNA.
okay
Yeah.
with winners.
Yeah. What about you, Bill?
Yeah, I mean you nailed it kind of there with your last. I mean, I think not dodging the question at all, but I think it'll definitely depend on where our kids are, hopefully grandkids are. That being said, if you take that, put that aside for a second, I love the eastern part of the state of Washington. I'm also a total homebody. Like I would stay in Fall City and probably be as happy as a clam the rest of my life. I know, but my wife is just ready for warmer temps. She also loves the salt water, the ocean, or I guess Puget Sound doesn't have to be ocean, but living over on the peninsula, I think is something that we might do here in Washington. There's an area called Squim, which is if you ride a ferry from Seattle west and go to the peninsula, then you just go in about, I don't know, let's call it an hour. And it's in this thing they call the rain shadow or the banana belt, if you guys have heard of that, which the Olympic mountain range is on the peninsula and runs north to south. And it means that all the layer that comes in from the Pacific Ocean hits those mountains, the Olympics, and then it kind of just stops there. And so you end up getting a lot of sunny days over in Squim, a lot less rain actually than you do in different parts of the state. What's fascinating about that also is the Olympics also house a rainforest. So
Oh
it's just
wow.
the difference in topography and then climate just in a few miles away is massively different. If it was me though, I love the mountains. I love the heat of the summers, but like Pat, I love the winter. So I would love to get snow. I'd love to have a little bit more heat in the summer, rivers or lakes on the east side. And I don't see us going to California or Arizona and settling down there. I think it was probably going to be on the east side of Washington State. But
Do a lot of people in your neck of the woods out west, do they retire to Palm Springs?
Palm Springs is very popular.
I can see
Actually,
that.
we've gone down there and
I
really
love Palm
enjoyed.
Springs.
Me
I
too.
would
Yeah, it's
honestly,
so hot in the summers though. So hot.
yeah, yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be there in the summer anyway. I'd rather be
Yeah.
back in Ohio for the summer, but
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah. They have I don't know if you guys know this, but Palm Springs has a massive gay population. And my wife, she loves, I think, the gay community. And so it's one of those things that I think she just thinks it's awesome down there, just how,
Huh.
I don't know,
Free.
assimilate. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
anyway. And so it's beyond the heat and the golf and all the great things that you can do down in Palm Springs. They have so much too in terms of nature and being outside and hiking and all that type of stuff. I know that that's
That's
something
down
that she
that's down
loves.
in the banana hammock belt.
Yeah, banana hammock belt. That's right. Yeah, we've
All
really
right.
enjoyed our time down there.
Yeah, I love it. We were there a few years ago, and I would consider it retiring there if it wasn't just so far away from Ohio.
Yeah,
It's too far for
yeah.
that, but
Florida
all right.
seems
So
like
guys,
way more of a spot for you
yeah,
guys.
Florida's definitely more likely for us. But here's my second question. It has nothing to do with retirement, but it is beach related. I'm 50 steps away from the beach. I love it here. And when I'm here, I think you guys know I am a very lazy vacationer. I love to just sit on the beach, my toes in the water, my beer in hand. I read my Phil Steele college football preview magazine. I'm in heaven. This beach truly is my happy place. So what I want to know before we get into the rest of the show is this. What are some of your favorite beach related movies, TV shows, or songs? So stuff where the beach plays a central role or just makes you feel like, you're in that beach mindset. So good examples, Jaws as a movie, certainly a lot of beach time there. Baywatch, so yeah, that's a nice one. And then Margaritaville for a song would be a good one. All about. So all right, Pat, what do you got for us? Let's give some love to the beach today.
This is a tough one. I was thinking of the movie The Beach with
Yeah.
Leo DiCaprio.
Oh
too.
shit, yeah,
Me too.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
That was kind of a sweet location, that set. Otherwise, the TV show, well, I thought of, for some reason, I was thinking of the TV show, The Brady Bunch, and their episode
They
in
go to
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
When they go to Hawaii.
It's awesome, dude.
That's a
Yeah.
tough one. There's a good Neil Young song called On the Beach, which is
Okay.
fantastic. Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Immediately
I
I
few.
thought of the beach with Leo
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
I actually thought that was a decent movie.
I thought you were
too.
going to say
It was
Beaches
kind of fun.
with Bette Midler. You seem like you'd be
Well,
a big Bette fan.
Yeah.
Don't make me cry. I'm gonna cry just thinking about that movie.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
She dies. Spoiler alert, she dies.
Oh, what? I was gonna see that.
I don't think
Sorry.
that's a good question. Because somebody got mad at me one time because I said something
No
like
way.
that about a movie. If it's what is if it's like 10 years ago or 15, like what's the cutoff? You know what
That's
is it? If it's 30 years ago, like that movie, I think all bets are off. I think you're okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's almost like the movie The Usual Suspects. Remember the movie The Usual Suspects? You can't watch that again because
No.
Or Sixth
Well,
Sense.
it was like Sixth Sense. Yeah, it was like Sixth Sense.
Yeah, Sixth
I was telling
Sense.
somebody, I was talking about, and they're like, "Oh, they might not have seen it." I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how that freaking movie ends by now. And if you haven't, then too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Anyway,
You
sorry.
had your chance.
No, good rant. Good rant, Bierman.
Yeah.
Let it go.
What do you got, Bill?
Vacation. So I was thinking, these ones kind of just popped right into my head, I guess, and I was just gonna start it off by saying Wilson. Right? Castaway. Come on.
Oh, that's a great one, dude.
Yeah, gotta have Castaway in there. That movie holds up too. I mean, such a crazy concept, but anyway, yeah.
It is crazy that one man basically it's a one person thing in for the whole movie. So.
Yeah, totally.
I watched that movie in Spain in the theaters, and it was good because I didn't have to translate because there's very little dialogue.
No dialogue, yeah.
Bill, I gotta hijack you for a minute. I gotta tell a quick funny story. So, years ago, I was playing golf with a guy. We were like at a tournament that we had, like 3 or 4 day tournament. He wasn't a very good golfer, and he finds this old Wilson golf ball, and this thing he plays with forever. Like he is playing great with it. I bet he played 13, 14, 15 holes with this thing. Okay, like just great. And I'm like, finally, he hits the ball. Like, I mean, it's in the woods. He, on cue, falls to his knees and yells, "Wilson!" It was fantastic. He had a little bit of a connection with that ball. And then he started playing like shit after that. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. Do they still make Wilsons? Like, is that still a golf ball? That's how
I
don't know if they make Wilson footballs
every once in a while.
Oh, Wilson staff. I bet they make Wilson staff.
Yeah, so that was my first one. My second one, I don't know if this counts. I needed your guys' opinion on this, but I was gonna go Karate Kid. When Ralph Macchio is trying to impress Elizabeth Shue on the beach. Playing soccer. Come on, that.
Well, he also does. he also practices the crane kick on the beach too.
On the beach,
Yagi.
That's right.
So
he's on the piling.
Bit of a stretch, but
little stretch. Yeah. I thought Elizabeth Shue you guys might agree with me just because of the Elizabeth Shue. Man, I had.
Well, the problem is they're playing soccer and soccer's stupid.
That's true.
So.
You're right. The soccer kind of brings it down for you guys, but for me, it was like the other way. All right, that was my second one. The last one that I thought of was Point Break. Just like such an entertaining film, right? And there was this quote. I was looking it up because in my head for years have thought that when Keanu Reeves says like, Mac, get these choppers out of here. Like I thought that was Point Break. It turns out that was in the movie Speed.
Yeah, that's
I know. I've always thought that was in Point Break, which my buddies out here give me tons of shit because I always get movie quotes wrong. And so I even had the quote in the wrong movie. I mean, that's like
yeah.
ultimate. That's
Hey, you
terrible.
had the right
So on
actor.
brand.
There you go.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
on brand. But
yeah,
anyway, that one I thought was super entertaining. Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze.
yeah. So that's my movie, man. Point Break. It is
Okay,
one of my
nice.
all-time favorite flicks. A lot of beach time. The only problem with that movie is they miscast the girl, whatever the girl's name is. The
Oh
actress is
yeah,
Lori Petty.
the
She was
short
in
hair.
the only
She's
other.
got really
She was
short
in.
hair.
Yeah, she was in A League of Their Own, but she was just. I did
Not
not
great.
like her in that movie,
Not
but
great.
the
Yeah.
movie itself and the ending and spoiler alert, I'm gonna ruin a movie that
What?
happened 34 years ago, but or however long ago. But the ending of Bell's
Maybe
Beach, where Bodie basically swims out to his death, so he doesn't have to go to jail, and then Johnny Utah throws his badge in the water. Hell's to the yeah. I mean, what a great movie! What a great ending! And oh, fun fact, I love that movie so much. The majority of my fantasy football teams are named Johnny Utah
That's
in
right. I
that
forgot
honor.
that you.
That's my. I
Yeah,
mean, I this
that's
is truly
right. I
like one of
forgot
my
that.
all-time favorite movies. So, yeah, for
maybe
TV,
they'll remake it with Sydney Sweeney for you.
Oh,
oh, dude,
Pat, new role
that would be
casting
my.
director.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm gonna get made fun of for this one, but from the TV show, I gotta go with Beverly Hills 90210 because there's years where like Brandon worked at the Beverly Beach Club or whatever, and seeing Brenda and Kelly in their bikinis, I mean, as a college kid, wow, that was pretty good TV viewing. I enjoyed that. So, and then for songs, I actually got to go with the Zach Brown song "Toes." It's all about vacationing at a beach, and here are the opening lines. I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world, a cold beer in my hand. Life is good today. I mean, come on, that's what life's all about at the
Solid.
beach. So, yeah, great song and great line. So, all
They
right,
just
guys.
sang the national anthem at
Oh,
the
did
All
they?
Star
At the
game.
All Star
Yeah,
game? Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Shout out,
Well,
Zach Brown.
nice job, guys. With that, makes me want to go back down to the beach here, but I'll wait till tomorrow. That's fine. Because now it is time to get into the rest of the show. So let's do it. Just a moment. We'll play this week's edition of Be My Guest. Then we'll share our hot takes. Then it's Stone Cold Locks time for the British Open. And finally, we'll wrap with a fun golf themed top five. And in addition, we'll have plenty of fun and shenanigans along the way, including Pat actually being prepared. All right, boys, it is time for mine and yours favorite guessing game. That's right. It is time for Be My Guest. This
Let's
is
go.
the game where you guys try to get some sort of sports list and are usually very, very
So
wrong.
it's a
Okay,
new
so
season, right?
well, that's what I want to ask you guys. Okay, so I want to ask you guys. So last week's our first week competition come to an end. Bill won. Pat is graciously paying off the bet today.
He's wearing his Packers gear.
Yeah, exactly. So originally I was going to say no competition today. We'll just kind of go back to being fun and friendly. But I'll open up to you guys. Do you guys want to do another bet? And if so, what do you guys want to bet? Last time I made you guys bet, so I don't want to make you guys bet. But if you guys have something in mind, let's do it.
What do you think, Clet?
I don't know. I mean, you guys still each owe me $5 that I never saw. So I mean, betting with you guys is just not. It's not
You
even
never
I
worth
thought
saw.
that was a running total. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
think
was
you
for a
were gonna
total.
pay
Okay.
it off every week.
Okay. We'll go double
Yeah,
or nothing
I mean,
then. We could go
all
double
right.
or nothing.
Yeah.
There you
Does
go.
this mean you'd
All
have to
right.
wear 2 3.5x5 index cards on your hat, or like
What are you talking about? I just bought this hat from the
what's
store.
Okay, no, I'm in. I
All
mean,
right, so we're
personally for
going.
me,
All right,
it's yeah,
We're just
yeah.
going to do the today though. We're not going to do a 6 week. So we'll do a new bet every week, and the loser of the previous week can be the person who decides what you guys want to bet. So there you go. All right. I will say after last week's debacle, by far the most difficult,
Oh,
be my guest
we were bad.
yet. I'm gonna give you guys a fairly easy one this week because it was too grueling. You guys went through 6 weeks of some pretty hard ones. You guys deserve a little break, so it's not like super simple, but I think it's not going to be quite as hard as last week. So, all right, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Today we are going to college basketball, and we just wrapped the NBA draft a few weeks ago. And here's my question: I want you to name the top 10 schools with the most NBA first round picks all time. And I'm just gonna give you one now, not even a clue, but just don't overthink this, guys. That's all. Just don't overthink this. Top 10 schools with most NBA first round picks all time.
All right, Duke.
Yes.
That's a wrap.
Duke is number 2, so you got 2 points.
Number 2.
Good job.
Okay.
Is number 1 Kentucky?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I was going between the two and
All
North
right.
Carolina.
See, you guys are. You go North Carolina?
That's why.
Number 3.
Yeah, that's number 3. So, by the way, so far,
yeah,
Kentucky,
nice.
number 1, they've had 60. Duke has had,
Wow.
56. North Carolina's had 53.
Okay. All right, Pat, we're
All
good
right.
at this again. We're back.
Okay, we're back to being stupid now that all the easy ones are out.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why I'm thinking Maryland, but is Maryland on the list?
Yeah, right.
No.
No Maryland. Okay.
Shit.
I'll go UCLA.
Terrific.
UCLA is number 4.
Yeah. All right. Go West Coast.
Did we say Kansas?
Nice job.
We
Good guess.
just did. Nice job. All right. Pat's still in this. So, all the 2-pointers, the first 5 are done. So,
That was
all the
5.
2-pointers are
Okay,
done. That was
nice.
number 5. So, now you got
Yeah,
6,
good
7, 8,
guess.
9, and 10.
Kansas, brilliant. I'll go Sparty. Michigan State.
Sparty is not in it.
Oh,
Sparty is
Darn
not
I thought
in
I was
it.
for sure
No.
gonna be in there.
No.
Darn. Okay.
No.
All right.
That's
All right.
I mean, I hadn't thought of that, but you said it, but no, they're not in it.
Wow.
Surprised.
Okay.
Is maybe this is Gonzaga?
Goodbye.
No.
Ooh.
All right. By the way, speaking of Gonzaga, did you guys see Drew Timme just going off in the summer league? Do you guys remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
with
No,
the
I didn't,
big-
but I didn't. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
always
he's
liked
been-
Gonzaga. So
Yeah.
all those guys are like, yeah. He's been playing well.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
Awesome.
He looks thinner and like more athletic. Gosh, I'd love to say the Huskies because they've had a bunch, but they're not going to be in it. So, let's see. We're talking blue bloods here. Wow, I was thinking. Oh, Arizona.
Amazing.
Arizona's
Good
number
pick.
8. Very
Good
good.
pick.
Nice.
Is Notre Dame on that list?
There's like 3 blue bloods left and 2 like big programs, but not what I would call blue bloods. And the reason there's 5 left is there's 2 tied for 10. So I will give.
Oh, okay.
Give.
These are just going to be. Oh, Syracuse.
Yeah. That was what I was gonna
Yeah.
pick. Dang it. The
One
other one,
of
I
the
had-
blue bloods.
the other one I was thinking was Villanova.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
That was rattling in my brain. No, not enough.
Villanova's a no.
Wow.
No.
Damn you, Eric. The way Eric says no to me, the way Eric says no, like when I get it wrong, Eric's like, no. When you get it wrong, he's like, oh no, Bill, good try.
Does Bill ever get it wrong?
That's true.
Oh man.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
Shit.
How many more do we have, Bierman? We got 3 left?
We have number 6, number 7, and number 9. Oh, the other number 10 I will take away. was Louisville. Louisville was tied with
Oh,
Syracuse at
Yeah.
number
wow. Okay, yeah.
24.
6,
I,
7.
I, 6, 7, and 8. I'm gonna or 6, 7, and 9, and I'm gonna actually give you a huge hint. All three of
Okay.
these teams are in the Big Ten.
Oh, okay. So my next guess, that's good because my next guess was going to be Michigan.
Thank you.
Michigan, surprisingly, was number 6.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow. That's because of the Fab
I was
Five.
thinking of Fab Five. I know the Fab
Yeah.
Five, and then they've had a pretty
How
steady
about-
trickle of guys.
I'm really
Yeah.
surprised one team has not been named yet.
How about Indiana?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice. Nice, Pat.
Indiana.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
one
so
left.
Big Ten. It's a huge clue. Oh, is it new Big Ten though? Is this a trick?
No.
Can't give you clues.
I'm just going out with my Huskies, just because I'm going to give them some love. Huskies.
No.
Failed.
No.
Is it Illinois?
Was that okay, Pat? Pat, was that
Oh,
okay
yeah.
the way I said no?
I would have liked a more disappointed
No.
no, but that's
Yeah.
no.
No. Okay,
Illinois?
fine.
Illinois.
No.
No, not Illinois. Not
Damn you.
not
Bierman.
Ohio State.
It is Ohio State.
It's the
Ah.
Buckeyes.
So I'm not even gonna tally up the points because Bill pretty much demolished you. So you guys are even, and I still owe Pat a stupid $5. So, but technically, you
Oh.
still owe me a Detroit style pizza actually from the fall. So we could call it even.
Okay. All right.
But I kind of want the pizza
I
actually.
kind
I
of want the
Jets
$5
pizza.
too. And I'll buy you a Detroit style pizza for $4.99.
Yeah, good luck with that. Well, guys, let's now get into hot takes. It is time for CME and Sports Hot Takes, brought to you by Mike's Hot Honey. The honey's so awesome. Joey Chestnut recently said he's done with water. He'll be dipping his hot dogs in this honey going forward.
Yeah.
If you want to make
Can you
any
imagine how
of
long
your
that would take?
food, oh God,
Man.
I know. If you want to make any of
Extra
your
hot.
foods taste better with this incredible honey, then go to mikeshothoney.com right now and order some. You can also find it in the honey aisle at your local grocery store. All right, Pat, hot take us, my friend. What do you
I
got?
love earlier in the show how you said Pat would be prepared the whole time. And I spent the whole day thinking, what the heck am I going to do for hot takes? I watched exactly zero of anything again this week. Even with the home run derby, Wimbledon finals, Genesis golf.
Yeah,
I watched
thought you had
about
Wimbledon.
5. I watched about 5 minutes. I'm home briefly before I head out to Ohio. And so I'm trying to do all the things with the family. So my hot takes is another incomplete assignment. And although I know that comes as a disappointment to Eric, and he's constantly judging me and disappointed in me, I will let you know that my hot takes will get even hotter as the summer goes on. And I spent all day, like, we went on a bike ride. I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about for hot takes.
I love that it's eating at you all day.
It was all day. I was all day long. I'm like, what am I got no hot takes. I got cold takes right now.
Hold on, let's wait for Bill. Bill, any second, Bill's gonna be like, "It's okay, Pat. It's okay.
No,
You're
I was
busy. It's hey. Thanks for just showing up, Pat. Thanks for just showing up."
That's right.
Bierman.
See, Bierman, I'm rubbing off so much on Bierman. He's taking over my coach positive.
My hot
attitude.
take this week is about feeling the pressure from Eric to just come up with great hot takes every week.
Yeah,
That's
a
my
lot.
hot take of the
Football-
week.
I
right
didn't
around
say
the corner.
great. I just said a hot take. I'll settle for one hot
Do we-
take. It doesn't have to be
Maybe
good.
we need to change the name of the segment to Hot Take.
Hot
take.
Let's
Give us your cold take.
lower the bar.
Yeah.
Right? It's like we're just
Exactly.
going hot take, singular. Okay, Pat, I do need to know this though, because I actually watched a decent amount of the Wimbledon final and was thinking in my head, I was like, Pat's gonna be all over this. What is your take on Yannick Sinner? I mean, have you watched this kid at all?
Yeah. He's lanky,
What?
Italian. He doesn't look Italian.
Doesn't look Italian. Names doesn't seem Italian. But
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I
He's
mean-
got all the tools. He's number one in the world.
Alcaraz got him with that monster comeback, at the French, right?
Yep.
Is that the French?
I watched that one.
And-
I watched a little bit of that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
He dominated.
they're both they're 1 and 2. They're the new
Yeah.
era. These two guys are taking over. So, and even Djokovic is saying that now. He's like, these kids are too young. They're tough. So it's a new era, and these are the new two kids taking over. So
Yeah. Bierman, did you get a chance to watch any
I
at
didn't.
Wimbledon?
I wrote a little bit about it in the Six Pack this week. I didn't
Yeah, I saw
watch
that.
it, but the women's was
6-0,
6-0,
6-0.
first time since like
Yep.
1913. It's only
Yep.
happened like one other time.
The American destroyed.
Yeah,
This
that was
girl,
crazy.
this Anisimova, she took some time off from competing, and everyone was like, well, you'll never get back to that level. Why are you taking time off? But she took time off for mental health reasons.
Yeah.
And she came back, and she had a great tournament. And I'm sure that's devastating. 0-0, like I've lost 0-0 before. It's hard to stomach. You
Bagel.
feel like I'm in this match.
It's
How did I lose
yeah.
0-0? Like I'm playing, I'm competitive. But when someone's on and they're just steamrolling you, there's nothing worse
It's just it's
than
in the
0-0.
finals. I mean, these
We
are the
call it
two best
we call
players.
it a
Like that's
double
what's
bagel. It's
Yeah.
called the
yeah. Well,
double
Double
that's
bagel.
bagel.
yeah.
And
Exactly. Yeah.
it's devastating, and you walk off and you're like, how the heck did that happen? But I'm sure once she received her second place check, I think she was like, okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There
had a
were a
good
few
I had a good
double
tournament.
bagels. There were a
Don't
few
they get
double
some sort of
bagels probably
platter
on
or
that
something?
check.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
embarrassing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very embarrassing because people come out, they want to see a match, they want to see a show, and you didn't even win a game. That's got to
Over
be
quick.
tough. She might be
Yeah.
taking a couple of years off again.
Yeah. There was the Japanese player, right, that took a mental health break, and she's never quite recovered after that. I can't think of her.
No,
She was
Naomi Osaka.
Osaka. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
she.
hopefully she's able to rebound from that. That was Eric wrote about it.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, man, since 1910 or 1913 or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
crazy.
Anyway, that was crazy. All right, guys, I will rattle through some hot takes here. I warned you guys in text. I was like, I've got to talk about this because you guys have been hearing me talk about the big dumper now for all season. The guy's just having a historic year. And then he goes out and wins the home run derby. And what was crazy is in the first round, I don't know if either of you guys watched it, but he ended up advancing over Brent Rooker from the Oakland A's by like an inch. They took the
Really?
distance down to like a decimal point, and Cal just narrowly, like, I think it was by an inch and a half or something like that. He advanced, and then he just had a huge second round and a really nice third round. I was actually mentioning this to Pat before we started recording. What was electric was the text that was going on between me and all my buddies out here. I mean, we were all glued to the set, like watching Cal compete. And it takes a special kind of athlete, I think, to bring so many people to watch an event like this and then be that invested in it. And it's because Cal is such an awesome dude. So kudos to him. It was awesome. I don't know if you guys heard or saw, but his dad was pitching to him. His younger brother, who, by the way, is bigger than Cal, he's huge. I think he's 16, and he's just a monster. Apparently, he's really good at baseball. He was catching. So anyway, it's just a really cool moment. So I wanted to give Cal a shout out.
I think that's cool that they get to choose who they want to pitch to them. Because I remember Joe Mauer was in it, and he had, because Joe and I went to the same high school a couple of years apart, but he had our old hockey coach, his old baseball coach. So I knew him through hockey, but he came out and had him pitch to him. It was kind of cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. And the guys were wearing their team jerseys in the game last night, which I also thought was cool that they brought that back. In the home run derby, they were wearing some, I don't know, the jerseys were kind of weird, but they said AL if they were from the American League. And every time I saw Cal, I was like, you'd think, oh, well, the C is hidden or something. Cal, like, but it was AL, and it was just, I don't know, it was throwing me off all night. But okay, so that was the first one. Congrats to Big Dumper. The second one, I don't know if you guys saw this last night. The MLB decides that the NBA decides that during the MLB All-Star game, they're gonna do this broadcast from the commissioner. My God, I'm dropping Adam Silver, and so he comes out and says that expansion talks are on hold yet again. And I'm just done with this league. I'm so done.
I didn't know that. That sucks, Bill. Because
So
Seattle's got
done.
to be top of the list. That
Yeah, I
sucks.
mean Vegas and Seattle, and they've been talking about this for 10 years. What are we
Yeah.
waiting for? It's so ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, I just hate this league. I'm so done. So I had to shout that one out. I want to get your take on a couple things with the MLB, you guys. What did either of you guys actually watch the game last night?
No.
Okay, so you won't know the examples that I'm talking about, but they mic'd up the pitcher and the catcher for both leagues at the beginning of the game last night. And my question to you is, what do you guys think about mic'd up players during a live sporting event?
I love it. I love it as long as they're like genuinely saying things that they would normally say and they're not like manufacturing things because they know that they're on the mic, which I think happens sometimes, but a lot of the time it is genuine and I love it because it's a glimpse into something you don't see or know what is usually said. So I usually like it.
Yeah. Pat,
I'm
what's your
okay with
take?
it. I'm okay with it. I've
Yeah.
seen a couple of them, and the guys are
Yeah.
like, they're trying to focus on the question, but they're trying to see like one of the guys I watched. I think he was playing center field, and he was like, he's trying to concentrate on who's up, what they're, he's looking at his note card in his
Yeah.
back pocket,
Yeah.
trying to, and they're asking him questions. He's like, yeah,
Right.
we're
He's trying
having
to
a good
focus
year.
on the game.
The year's been
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and it's kind of canned responses, and so
Yeah.
I don't get much out of it.
Yeah.
I
The
do
game.
like when they're in the dugout though, like if they're in the dugout and their team's
Yeah.
batting and they're doing a then they're a little more entertaining and a little more focused on the conversation. But when they're on the field, I feel like you can tell they're not all there. They're focused on
Yeah.
the play. So
Yeah, totally agree. I agree with both of you guys. Actually, it was both brought up good points.
no, you
I thought
can't. You got to pick one. Who do you like more?
uh, I like Biermans. I like Biermans. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I really like it as well. I think it's interesting. I just worry that during the game, this is why I was saying kind of both made good points, because Pat's point is during a game in the regular season, having a center fielder on Sunday Night Baseball in the middle of the game, trying to break down the spray chart or whatever it is and all that stuff, it's a lot for these guys, and there's a lot of stuff that they're trying to work through. And meanwhile we're like the peeping toms into this thing, and it's like, so I love that we get the access, but it feels like they've got to find a better way to do this. The walk and talk in golf is another way that they're doing this a lot. Anyway, it was interesting. I felt bad for Tarek Skubal because he was talking and the National League hit two absolute bleeders on great pitches to get guys on first and second. And then Ketel Marte just like cues one down the right field line. And this guy's on national TV he's an awesome pitcher, as you guys know, for the Tigers, but he's now given up 2 runs without recording an out, and he's on the mic. And meanwhile, Cal Raleigh doesn't want to say anything at catcher because the batter is listening to the words he's saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, so Cal's quiet. Tarek Skubal's like, this sucks. I think he said it something, I can't get anybody out. I mean, and it was just like, oh, it just felt uncomfortable. Anyway, last one, automated strike zone for strikes and balls. They actually did this last night in the game, and it was awesome. So the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter immediately can challenge a strike call. And it goes to the Hawkeye system that you see on your TV that's got the little box. And it quickly, I mean, within seconds, it shows the ball. And if it touches the border at all, it's a strike or inside. And it was so cool, you guys. Like, I thought
why do they not do that period going forward? Like seriously.
and they were testing
Baseball
it.
is a
Apparently they did it in
purist
spring
game.
training.
It's
Yeah.
traditions, and
But
they're
this, to
probably
me, it
going to
was
be
a great way
last to
for
do it.
the umpire behind the thing. This is like an exhibition game, and it's like, I missed that one, right? But the game goes on. Nobody cares. Nobody's like, you're a terrible umpire because you missed that, because the call's right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Tennis did it pretty
yeah,
seamlessly though.
tennis
They
did it.
got rid of
Yeah.
all the all the umpires on the side, and it worked out pretty good. So I can see it happening for sure in baseball.
Apparently they're looking at implementing it in 2026. So I say more power
Awesome.
to you. You get a limited amount of challenges, but it was really cool to see it
Yeah,
in action. And,
I love it.
yeah. Anyway. All right, Bierman.
Love it.
Over to you, buddy.
Awesome. So, guys, I really try not to do too much homerism on my takes or really anything I share, but I do got to give a little bit of love to my Michigan Wolverines today, and not just one team, all of them. So Michigan just became the first program in history to produce a number one draft pick in all four major sports in 1 year. So NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL. So quick recap of those. In April, Michigan had 3 first rounders in the NFL draft. Mason Graham was the highest, number 5 to the Browns. Colson Loveland and Kenneth Grant also were drafted in the top 13 picks. In the NBA, Danny Wolf went number 27 overall to the Brooklyn Nets. A couple days later, Will Horkoff was picked 24th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins in the NHL draft. And to cap it off, just a few days ago, the New York Mets drafted, I can't think of his first name, but Voigt with the 38th overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft. So that is all four major leagues, all first rounders, all within one 3 month stretch, which is pretty cool. But
That's
one
awesome.
thing that I
My
got to
buddy's
point out
kid,
real quick.
my buddy's kid who got drafted said that Horkoff was a stretch. His dad works for is
Well,
a
yeah.
GM for the Red Wings. He said that's a first round stretch. That's he didn't like
Okay.
that pick. No offense to
Yeah.
Michigan.
No, I mean, I don't know anything about hockey drafts, so
Yeah.
I will take his word for it. But here's what jumped out at me. So this Voigt kid goes 38th overall. There's 30 Major League Baseball teams.
I know. I was thinking that
So
too.
how is 38 still first round? So I went digging because acquiring minds want to know. That interested me. So it turns out there were only 27 standard first round picks because the Dodgers, Mets, and Yankees actually had to forfeit theirs for going over the competitive balance tax last year. So pick 28 went to the Royals at something called a prospect promotion incentive pick. Yeah, apparently that's a thing. And then we had 4 just general compensation picks. And then picks 33 through 43 are what they call competitive balance round A picks. So 38, it still counts as a first rounder, even though it feels
Asterisk.
like a little bit of a stretch. So yeah, a little bit of an asterisk, but you know what? The facts are the facts. Michigan just did something no other school ever has done.
That's very cool.
So seriously, huge credit to the coaching staff, strength programs, recruiting pipelines, all that across the board. That's pretty cool. So, all right, my second hot take, guys. I want to talk about another thing related to the Mets and the past. So it has been over 2 decades since Bobby Valentine pulled off one of the most ridiculous and legendary stunts in baseball history. And I still laugh to this day every time I see the video, which I just rewatched a few days ago. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The
yeah.
dugout
Yeah.
disguise? Okay.
Yep.
So let me just set the stage for everybody. So if you're a sports fan, you know what I'm talking about, but I'll share a little bit of the context by it. So June 1999, Mets versus Blue Jays. It's the 12th inning. Valentine gets tossed for arguing a catcher's balk call, which, I mean, not a pitcher's balk, a catcher's balk. So apparently they said, I think it was Piazza was the catcher, like stepped too far out in trying to throw the ball to second base for the steal or whatever. But Valentine got mad because he had never seen anything like that enforced in his life. It was a very questionable call at best. Even like it didn't even look like he did anything wrong, to be honest. But instead of quietly heading to the clubhouse after he was thrown out, he had a different idea. He had a little encouragement from Robin Ventura and Oral Hershiser at the time. So Valentine decided to throw in some sunglasses, a Mets hat, and a fake mustache that he actually made out of eye black strips, and he snuck back into the dugout. And no surprise, it didn't work. He got spotted on camera immediately. But the whole thing, I mean, the announcers were laughing live on air, but it's like instant baseball comedy gold. And here's the best part. Here's the rest of the story. So the Mets win the game in 14 innings on a Ray Ordonez walk-off. From that moment on, guys, the Mets caught fire. They go 50-25. They clinched the wild card. They reached the National League Championship Series that year. They beat my Cincinnati Reds in a tiebreaker game at the end of the regular season to get into the playoffs at Riverfront Stadium, and I was there to watch that game. All of that happened after an 8-game losing streak that the Mets endured. So Valentine, he brings some levity. He took the heat off the team. He helped spark a run that defined the season. Now he got suspended for 2 games. He was fined $5,000. But if you ask any Mets fan what they remember from 1999, that mustache is right up there with the playoff push. So just, we need more stuff like that in sports,
That's
guys.
classic.
Fun, weird, innocent. So Bobby Valentine, wherever you are, we need you. America needs you. Come back. Help us. All right, that's all I got for that, guys. Let's get into our Stone Cold Lock segment. This week brings us to the last major of the year, what we call in the U.S. as the British Open, but it's really just the Open. Always such a great tournament to watch. I actually love how early it always starts, but Bill, it got me thinking. I mean, how the hell do you watch the British Open? Like, seriously, is it over when you guys get
Starts
up?
at midnight, right? Or like
10:35 p.m. tonight.
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So,
as we record.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
when it
it's
starts. Oh, wow. Okay. Crazy.
yeah, it's and it's usually either 10:35 or sometime around 11. Right in that same range. And to be honest, I usually will, like a sicko, if there's coverage, I will stay up and watch the first few hours, sleep for a few hours, then get up and continue to watch. I mean, it's brutal. Typically, we have a ton of pools going on it as well, and so I have to be available at 10:35 to see if anybody has any issues or there's any problems. Inevitably, people forget to make their picks because of the time zone change. So, yeah, but it sucks. Yep, from that perspective, for sure.
Yeah, it's always such a fun tournament to watch. Looking forward to it, but yeah, the timing would be tough, especially Pacific. Last week's Scottish Open gave us a little taste, hopefully, of what to expect. It was a good one. We, though, did not do really good. We continued our cold streak with only one top 10 recorded by any of us, and that was Bill with his very shrewd, out of nowhere, out of left field, Scotty Scheffler
How did he
selection.
do it?
So,
How did he do it?
wow, I mean, you're like looking in crystal ball. But the good news is for me and Pat, because now that means the scores are me 19, Pat and Bill each at 16. So Scotty's off the
No
table this week.
Scheffler.
So
I know.
no Scheffler. And guys, we only have 3 weeks left in this competition. So it's going to be tight as we hit the home stretch. So today's picks could be pretty important here. So, all right. So we're going to pick 3 players total. 2 can be any players. 1 will be a dark horse with plus 10,000 odds or better. All right,
I
Pat.
think next year we should change it to the top 11.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Pat.
no shit, dude.
Again with my 11th place finisher.
Yeah, I mean, you did.
Gosh.
Yeah. Crazy, dude. All right, Pat, what do you got, man?
All right, this week I'm looking at Terrell Hatton. He's always in the mix at majors, and he's fun to watch play. He scrambles well, and you always get a sense that he could go low at any moment and be atop the leaderboard. So give me Terrell Hatton. McIlroy, give me Rory. And it's not a stretch.
I know. I should have took him last week. I'm so mad. Yeah.
I know. But, his putter's the difference this year compared to last year. He's, that's why he can win this, because we know he can hit all the shots. He can sting it low. He can play the creative game that's required on this course. So McIlroy is my second one. And then the perfect long shot pick at plus 10,000, Maverick McNeely. He likes links golf,
Maverick,
and it's exactly 10,000 plus 10,000. So,
and it's alliterative. So I like it.
Yes,
for Eric.
Yeah,
and Mav, congrats on your 11th place finish.
Yeah, exactly.
That was funny. That was good.
Nice, Pat. Love that. 2 Pat for me. I got Rory. I just don't see how you can not take him. This is his home, Portrush, Royal Portrush. I mean, the guy. Great story too, if you guys recall, back in 2019 when they played this event last at Royal Portrush. There hadn't been at Royal Portrush since the 50s, I think it was the last previous time. Rory opens up. I mean, the excitement for him on the first tee, and he hits it out of bounds. Ends up taking an 8, a snowman, on the first
Yeah,
hole.
that's right.
He also
Yeah,
had a
that's right.
triple and a double in the
Well, that
first
first
round.
hole is tough, dude. That first
It's
hole,
tough.
I mean, they said it
OB,
might be
both
the
sides.
hardest hole in any major because
Yeah.
it's the first hole out of bounds is on both sides. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they would
The
suck
pressure he
for
probably
me.
felt.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy. I just thought it was nuts. I mean, just recalling that, I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot that he took an 8. Then he also took a triple and a double in that first round. And he ended
Yeah.
up shooting 65 in the second round and only missed the
Yeah,
cut by
that's right.
1.
His second round
Yeah.
was a big bounce
I
back, and he
mean,
just
that's
missed it.
crazy.
Anyway, so yeah, Rory was my first pick along with Pat there. And then here's the thing. I'm going all Irishman this week. I'm taking
Wow.
Sugar Shane Lowry,
Shane Lowry.
Yeah.
defending champ from 2019, but
Yeah.
I'm going. He's plus 3,000, and I'm gonna roll out Sugar Shane. And then the third one, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this young man, but his name's Tom McKibben. He also grew up in Portrush, playing at the same club that Rory did growing up, and
Nice.
he plays on Live right now. But he's plus 12,500, and I'm going with home cooking this week, and
All
hopefully
right.
these 3
Nice.
guys can secure me some points.
Okay. Nice. So I'm really shocked you didn't take one person that I did
know.
take.
Well,
But,
I know. I went off the
yeah.
board a little.
But I did take Sugar Shane. I got Lowry. This guy's he's just an underrated, under the radar kind of guy. I frankly don't think of him that often, but he's top 10 in the world. He's had 4 top 10 finishes this season. As you said, he won here. Last time was held back in 2019. He finished 6th at the Open last year. He loves these type of courses. I feel good about this one. My second one, I'm going with John Rahm, and I know you wrote about him, and you loved him.
That would be my other
Yeah,
pick.
I just similar to Lowry. I mean, he's done really well in this tournament. Back in 2019, when it was held here, he finished tied for 11th. Last year's tourney, he finished tied for 7th. 2023, he finished tied for 2nd. He's twice won the Irish Open too, so he just does really well on these types of courses. And even though he's on the Live, and I hate the Live, he's done well in the majors this year too. He tied for 7th at Oakmont, 8th PGA, 14th Masters. So I think he's knocking, and I think he could very well win this one. And then, guys, I love my dark horse. Like I am literally going to put money on this guy. I'm going with Harry Hall at plus 11,000. He's plus 1,400 top 5, plus 600 top 10. I feel like this guy has just been in the mix a lot lately. Every time I look at a leaderboard,
last week he was.
So he actually leads the PGA Tour in rounds in the 60s. He's got 43 rounds in the 60s this year. He also leads the PGA in birdies this season. He has more birdies than anyone else with 313. He's 4th in bounce back. You know I love that stat, which Scotty's number 1 in bounce back. So he's made 12 consecutive cuts. He's had 4 top 10s this year. He's 9th in total strokes gained. And he recently got a new caddy, a veteran caddy named Henry Diana. This guy's already made a difference for him. He's provided just a steady, calm influence and guidance for him. I think that's going to make a big difference this weekend. Hall grew up on the UK links style courses. I really love this pick. So we are going with Harry Hall, and I'm feeling confident there.
He wears the kick-ass hat too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does. All right, gents. Well, we just talked about the British Open, and we're going to keep the golf team going for this week's top 5 in honor of the year's last major. Today's topic is very simple. All I want is for each of us to share our 5 favorite golfers of all time, with one important caveat. You cannot choose Tiger, Jack, or Arnie, because I'm guessing all of those would end up on most of our lists. But these are our top 5 favorite golfers. Can be for any reason, personality, performance, anything you want. They can be present golfers. They can be from the past. They can have won a ton of majors or none. Doesn't matter. Just have reasons why these are your favorite golfers of all time. All right, Pat. Get it started, my friend.
All right. Number 5, I went with DJ, Dustin Johnson. Lanky, smooth swing, aw shuck, southern drawl, kind of, and the way he strolls around the course, he's just so cool. He's DJ, and he landed the great one's daughter, Wayne Gretzky's
Yeah,
daughter. So
that gives him a lot of bonus
That
points.
definitely bumps him up.
I
That helped put
mean,
him in the top 5 for sure. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
she's
I
the
always
Sydney Sweeney of golf wives.
yeah, something like that. But I mean, DJ, I like, I always, when he kind of came, it was up and coming, he hit the ball a long ways, good putting stroke. He was fun to watch. And I like, his interviews. He's kind of, as I said, kind of got that, oh, shucks, Southern drawl. And he's fun to watch. So DJ was my number 4 or 5. And my number 4 is a little kid out of Ireland named Rory McIlroy, just because he's Irish and he looks a little bit like my brother.
He would have been in my top 10.
But yeah, always love Rory. I always root for Rory. Yeah, those are my 5 and 4.
I love it. My number 5, I'm going with Bryson DeChambeau. He's
wow.
I had a hunch. I had a hunch you would pick Bryson.
Yeah, there's so many reasons why he makes my top 5. I mean, he's obviously a lightning rod for controversy. His antics, outlook on the game, but his willingness to push the boundaries of, data, science, equipment, his own body, when he bulked up, and then he's even doing long drive contests. I mean, he's quite polarizing, and I understand that. But I think what I love about Bryson is that, he's kind of reinvented himself. And I will also say, and this might be somewhat thematic through my top 5, he's also won me a lot of money in golf pools. He's been clutch at times in whether it was Survivor Pick 5 or Calcutta's, and I think that definitely does help. But I love how he's reinvented himself in the YouTube golf. I mean, if you think about, I don't know if you guys have watched his series Breaking 50, where he golfed with President Trump. He's golfed with a number of famous people, athletes, etc. They'd go out and try to break 50 in a 2-man scramble. It's really fun. It's a great series. And then that where he was hitting the ball over his house, trying to get the hole in one. If you guys followed that, he's really breaking the mold in terms of a professional athlete who also is really, really popular on YouTube. And I really enjoy his content. I hope that at some point he can find his way back to the tour, because in my mind, he just made the tour way more interesting. And it sucks that he's on live. So hopefully Bryson will find his way back. He's my number 5. Number 4, I think you guys know this, but I love Hideki Matsuyama. He's always been a favorite of mine. He's like the anti-Bryson, right? I mean, he's quiet. You don't really know him that well. I don't know how well he speaks English. He usually is talking through an interpreter, unless it's, just basic things. And so I never really felt like I get to know the person Hideki, but I just love his golf game. Again,
his
I know
at the top.
Yep, his swing. I was going to say that the distinctive swing when his caddy did the bow after they won the green jacket in the Masters. I just thought, wow, it's just like these guys are so awesome how they respect the game. He's such a great ambassador of golf for Japan as well as all of Asia, and I think the whole world, really. I mean, he's just been a great player on the tour for a long time. And a quick shout out, because he also made Bierman a buttload of money a few years back in the Masters Calcutta. And it's just, for whatever reason, like a friend having that much success with this guy, I was always kind of just, fell in love with this dude.
I will always owe a debt of gratitude to that dude. Yeah, I like him as well. I like both those guys. Yeah, I like Bryson and Hideki. My guys, most of my guys though are not recent guys. My number 5. So I like golfers with personality. I love this guy from my childhood. I'm going with Chichi Rodriguez as my number 5. This guy, unfortunately, he never won a major. But he won 8 times on the tour, and he won 22 times on the senior tour, which is actually tied for 22nd all time. But his signature move, and what most people I think remember him for, is his swashbuckling with his putter. After sinking a big putt, he would kind of brandish it like a sword, swoosh it around a little, and then act like he was putting it back in his holster on the side of his hip. Just, it was fun. It was cool. I just always remember Chi-Chi for that when I was a kid. So I love them. He's my number 5. And then number 4, I got to go with a guy I've also always liked, partially because of his nickname, partially because he gives hope to all out-of-shape fat guys that maybe can still achieve some sort of athletic prowess in their lifetime. And props to his mustache, and props to his acting chops in Tin Cup. I got to go with the Walrus. Mr. Craig Stadler is my number
Nice.
4. Like
Nice.
Chi-Chi, he never had a ton of success, but he did win one major, the 1982 Masters. He won 13 PGA Tour events overall. But he's just a personality. I always liked his look, liked how he's carried himself. He seemed nice. He seemed like someone I'd want to hang out with. So the Walrus, number 4.
Love it.
Good. All right, my number 3. Let's go John Daly. What else do you need to say about JD? He's the coolest dude on tour ever. Crushing beers,
He's got a
bombing
drink
the
named
ball.
after him.
Yeah, I mean, he's John Daly. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
I really can't
John
say anything about him.
fucking Daly.
You guys, it's
Yeah.
John Daly. So
You don't need to say anything about him. You just John Daly, number 3. Move on.
John Daly. Yeah,
I mean,
there you go. Let's leave it at that. Phil Mickelson is my number 2. I love Lefty even today.
I wondered if he was
Live,
gonna. Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I mentioned on previous pod how excited my dad was when he won the Masters. It's just such a on a
Dude,
personal level.
yeah.
I love Lefty. I loved watching him golf. I loved how he'll take bets. He'll be like, he's betting on everything. So he's just like us.
Yeah.
And then, when he won the Masters was awesome, but I thought the coolest one was when he won at Kiowa as an older guy. Wasn't that Kiowa when he won the
50?
Was it PGA? Yeah. It was either the PGA or the US Open. I don't know which one, but he won that one. I thought that was really
PGA.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's never won the US
2.
Open.
Okay. That's the one he's missing.
Mm-hmm. He's got. That's great. I think Lefty's another guy who's super polarizing, and obviously the live stuff. But I think that every player on tour owes Phil a debt of gratitude, because the money that's followed all of the live stuff, all those guys are better off. And I think Phil was a big driver behind that. But that's great. Yeah, good ones. My number 3 is a local legend. He goes by the nickname Boom Boom, and it's Freddie Couples. And grew up in Seattle. You want to talk about an absolute unbelievable, can I copy this guy's swing, his tempo, the just languid I mean, he's just so smooth. And then he also seems to be one of the coolest dudes. I mean, all the PGA Tour pros still love this guy, gravitate towards him. He's been a Ryder Cup co-captain, I think, a record number of times, or assistant captain, whatever they call it. He's just an absolute legend. He comes out and plays in the Champions Tour event out here in Snoqualmie, really close to my house, every year, and is just a huge attraction. And a little known fact about Freddie, I don't know if you guys know this, but he and Jim Nantz were actually college teammates together at Houston, which I always think is so fascinating.
I've heard that before.
Roommates and teammates. Yeah.
One of my employees is his dad was another roommate. So they were all roommates.
Really?
So,
oh wow! Yeah, that's crazy.
He's actually a golf pro. He's a golf pro just over the border in Wisconsin.
Very cool.
At a nice course out there.
Yeah, love Freddie. My number 2, this guy, I no recency bias, but it's Scotty Scheffler. I just absolutely love this guy on and off the golf course. He just personifies to me what a professional athlete should be, which is incredible competitor, grinds, works on his game. He's got a unique swing that he didn't change. He just stayed true to himself. The guy dominates the PGA Tour in what I would argue is the most talent. There are more talented players on the PGA Tour today than ever, even with Liv. I think that the young guys coming up and all that, and Scotty's just been absolutely dominant. He's on an unbelievable run. All his kid has seen is him finish in the top 10, and Bill gets points whenever he gets to pick him. And I mean, I just love this guy because of everything he is off the course, even more than what he is on the course. And he's a great dad. He's a great husband. He's a great son, sibling, everything else. Scotty's just, number 1 player in the world, and seems like just the best human on the planet. So Scotty's my number 2.
Choices, yeah. So my number 3, buddy, went with Boom Boom.
Oh, nice.
Like a lot of other guys on my list, he hasn't won a ton of majors. He won the Masters,
right?
He won the Masters in '92, but he did finish either second or third at least once in every other major. So he's always been in the mix. This guy's been playing since 1980. And to this day, he still shows up occasionally with the big boys in the majors, and I love those old guys who still play. And, they make the cut and you're like, oh, they're
Stuart
maybe
Sink would
15,
be
20.
another guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Patty
Like
Harrington.
who was the
Yep.
guy who actually, was it, I don't know.
Tom Watson.
It wasn't.
Tom
Was it
Watson
Tom
really
Watson? I was
close
gonna
to
say
winning
what?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Tom
Yeah.
Watson then, and yeah. I mean, I just
At the British, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
it
was it.
might
Yep.
have been.
It
I,
was.
I remember being so captivated with that, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Same.
obviously Freddie, I'd feel the same way. He's a guy I remember from my youth. Always have liked him, and yeah, love me some Boom Boom. So he's number 3, and number two, Pat. Come on, John Daly. I mean, my number 2 and
Nice.
number
Nice.
1 were actually so easy for me. I'll just go. Yeah, I mean, he's just so different from every other golfer. Like, as much as I love the tradition, the integrity of the class of golf, and we've talked about that a million times, he's just refreshing. He's unique and he's lovable. Honestly, I mean, he's boozing, he's smoking, he's probably inappropriately flirting with the cart girls, but he's
100%.
just he doesn't take himself too seriously. He just wants to have some fun, and I love that. And here's something interesting though about him. Every golf fan in the world knows John Daly, right? Knows the name. Most people probably really like him. He's only won 5 times on tour. Now,
Wow.
2 of those have been majors, but he has literally only won 5 times on tour. He won the 91 PGA Championship, the 95 Open, and the story around the 91 PGA win is legendary. He had just become a pro earlier that year. He'd only played in a few tourneys. He was the 9th and final alternate. Nick Price dropped out last minute because his wife was expecting. Daly gets called. He drives to the night, makes it in time, and the rest is history. And can you just imagine what the celebration looked like after he won that? I mean, just lots of blow, lots of hookers.
Diet. No,
I
it's
mean,
Diet Cokes.
just
Isn't that guy like crushed Diet Cokes too?
Yeah.
Like that's
And
I don't know,
vodka.
but
and vodka. Yeah.
yeah, John Daly is the man, and he is my number 2. All right, Pat, what do you got? Number 1.
We got a 3-pack with Freddie Couples. Just the swing alone,
Nice.
the smooth
Yeah.
tempo of the swing, and
Love
he's
that.
like
Wow,
he's very
that's
likable.
awesome. He is so
Um,
likable. Yeah.
Yeah, I went with Freddie Couples
That's a
for
good one.
sure. I do have some honorable mentions though that I'm just going to show because we've already talked about Freddie Couples. So some of my honorable
Yeah.
mentions. I went with the Irish guys, Patty Harrington and Shane Lowry. Those guys
Yep.
were close, but VJ Singh, I always liked VJ.
Oh yeah.
VJ's fun
Yep.
to watch.
Grinder.
And the Grinder, Terrell
Yeah.
Hatton. Terrell Hatton's animated.
Yeah.
Love him.
Entertaining. Yeah.
And then Henrik Stenson and Ricky Fowler. Those guys were my
Oh yeah.
my
Yeah.
other
I
honorable
love
mentions.
Ricky was like my
I know you
my
love
number
Ricky,
6.
Eric.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was my number 6. I love him. But all right, Bill, what you got?
Well, my number 1 is Rory. I just love it. There's so much I love about Rory. He can be a little polarizing. People get frustrated of late. In fact, he's been pretty shitty with the media at times. You know what? I think
But
he's
rightfully
just
so, I
Yeah.
think. Rightfully so, man.
he's
I
just
love
fed up with
Rory.
it, boys. He's fed
Yeah.
up with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the face of the PGA Tour through probably the most traumatic
Exactly.
era ever on the tour, and he's just fed up with it, and he's done. And the guy has won a Grand Slam. He's obviously an amazing player. He's Irish, right, Pat? I mean, that just automatically elevates him. But I just love this kid for how honest and transparent he is, and to me, and just an absolute wonderful player, of course. But beyond that, I really appreciate all he's done for the game of golf and for Northern Ireland, and just the dude is just unbelievable. I don't know if he's the best dad. I don't know if he's the best husband, like I just said with Scotty, but I think that he's been an amazing ambassador for the tour, and that they all owe him a huge debt of gratitude, which for fans, I think is important because he's kind of kept things going. So Rory's my number 1.
That's a great one. Yeah. Yeah. So my number 1 was very easy for me. I just loved this guy as a kid growing up. He was always my number 1 favorite golfer, even more so than Jack at the time. Jack has since is now my number 1, but I am going with Payne Stewart as my number 1. I loved this guy. One of the reasons was just I loved his knickers. I just loved that he would always coordinate, with the nearest NFL team as his knicker design for a Sunday outfit. I always thought that was cool. He's definitely the most accomplished golfer on my list, as he won three major championships: the PGA in '99, U.S. Open in '91 and '99. Unfortunately, we all know he died in '99, just at the age of 42, and just a few months after his last U.S. Open victory, tragically in a plane crash on the way to a season-ending tour championship, and the jet failed to pressurize. They all passed out on board from hypoxia, and the jet continued on autopilot until it ran out of fuel and crashed in a field in South Dakota. And I was with my best buddy Keith. We were up in Chicago at the time. His wife was running the Chicago Marathon, and we got the news, and like I will never, it would just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I think we may have even talked about this when we talked about celebrity deaths that crushed us, but that was one that was hard for me to get over because I just always loved him and respected him. But so sad, but it certainly doesn't take away from his legacy as a great and memorable golfer during the 80s and 90s. So for me, number
Yeah,
one.
phenomenal pick.
All right, guys. Well, not that I need any help, but these lists have me all fired up for the British Open, and can't wait to get it started. Bill, you got anything for us on the pool side coming up?
Yeah, I mean, it's Open Championship week. By the time you guys are listening here to this episode, it'll be too late on the Open Championship pools. So stay tuned for the last few weeks of golf. We'll be excited to just keep rolling stuff out right up to football season, which is just right around the corner. Just couldn't be more excited about that. I mean, I've probably had easily 25 people reach out to me already just about like, when's the stuff launching, and how's it going to look this year, on the
Can't
new
wait for
site.
football.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be
it's gonna be great, man.
super cool. So enjoy when you listen to this. Hopefully you're enjoying the Open Championship, but stay tuned for all the stuff that's coming here in the next month.
Awesome. Well, let's end this masterpiece of an episode. Guys, thanks for another great show. Ton of fun as always. But sadly, it is time to exit Sandman Sports, Sandman Nation. Thank you all for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check us out on social media and our website at sandmansports.com and download our
Yeah.
app if you haven't yet. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the Open. Peace out and take care.
Good luck, everybody.